Bill Belichick on the Pat McAfee show during their draft spectacular, I believe is what they call it, he gave a little bit of a criticism on New England Patriots quarterback Drake Maye, and this is what he had to say. He said Drake compares himself a lot to Josh Allen. He's been doing that for quite a while. We'll see about that. I think there are some similarities in terms of size and athleticism. But Josh Allen's a pretty special player now. He's going to need some work in reading defenses, reading coverages. He's kind of quick to bail out of the pocket. He's going to have to hang in there a little bit longer. He just needs to be more consistent. The Patriots decided to draft Drake Maye with the 3rd overall pick after actually listening to some offers. We heard throughout the week Elliot Wolf was actually thinking about J.J. McCarthy pushing for him, but it looks like Drake Maye is their quarterback of the future, wearing number 10, replacing Mac Jones's number.
He's going to wear number 10 after Mac Jones stunk it up with that number for 3 years.
Maybe he could redeem the number. Yeah, but I want to know, will the Patriots regret drafting Drake Maye? And also, what's your reaction to Belichick's comment?
Well, Belichick also said, I think that's a top need for them at quarterback.
I would say so.
I thought that was interesting. I don't think he was wrong in his commentary, though. I mean, and some of that commentary came well before the draft. Right? Yeah. He made those comments, all those same comments before the draft and before he knew the Patriots were going to draft Drake Maye. So he's a hired analyst now. He's calling it like he sees it. I think that's fine. I see no issue with that. And I note that they're giving Drake Maye number 10. That's his request. It used to be under Belichick that you had to earn your number in preseason. Yeah. Mac Jones started with number 50, and he wound up winning the starting job as a rookie, and they gave him number 10. Drake Maye's locker is going to be next to Jacoby Brissett, and Maye went there right after the draft. He was in Boston and Foxborough today, and he called Mayo a player's coach,
which he is,
and he's going to have to compete with Brissett and Zappi. Who knows? Maybe Bailey Zappi will win the starting job.
Not a chance.
We'll see.
Not a chance. So I like to play this game every once in a while, and we've done a couple mystery quarterback comparisons and a couple mystery player comparisons, which I actually have one of those actually today. So I actually want to get into one right now. So let's begin with the scouting report of 2 quarterbacks. So let's go with the first one. So the top one is, can get uncomfortable when initial reads aren't clear and clean. The second scouting report is, antsy when reads don't come quickly together. Oh, Mac Jones and Drake Maye. Okay, maybe that's a little bit unfair. Okay, how about let's go with another one. Okay, how about this one? Tendency to make bad plays worse. We'll run into bad sacks or throw head-scratching interceptions trying to save a play. And then the second one is, can put the ball in harm's way. Trying to do a little too much. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's Mac Jones and Drake Maye again. Okay, how about one more at least. Let's go one more. Can struggle to come off his pre-snap read when the picture changes on him post-snap. The second one is, will wish throws open that he determined pre-snap as opposed to progressing. And let's find out what those are. Oh, it's Mac Jones and Mac Jones and Drake Maye. So we've seen a very similar comparison between the 2 quarterbacks. And not only that, here's another quarterback comparison between Drake Maye, the new Patriots quarterback, and someone else. We've displayed this on the show before. And that's Sam Howell. One went in the 5th round. The other one went 3rd overall. So I don't love the fact that Drake Maye went to the Patriots, but I kind of understand. It's because he has to. The Patriots had Jacoby Brissett or Bailey Zappi as their only quarterback options. So this was the only way to go. You could trade back, but apparently you need 4 first-round picks to trade back, which is kind of unreasonable for a guy who the Vikings actually ended up waiting for, actually traded up 1 pick to go get, and that's J.J. McCarthy. So I don't love it. And by the way, let's actually want to show some of those the head-scratching interceptions. We've seen these before against the Colts. These head-scratching interceptions, that's a horrible one. You bring up Bailey Zappi. Well, let's talk about Bailey Zappi after a couple of these more Mac Jones head-scratching interceptions. This is going to, yes, Drake Maye's a little bit better Mac Jones. A little bit better. But the scouting report is head-scratching interceptions. These are head-scratching interceptions. Thank God Mac Jones actually made a tackle on this one instead of, getting face-palmed by Chandler Jones. But what about Bailey Zappi? Let's give him a shot. Maybe he could get the starting job. Oh, he throws head-scratching interceptions too. So I don't think it makes a difference whether it's Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi, because both of them kind of are not great quarterbacks. Drake May comes in here, and yes, he does have a great arm. But even Bill Belichick said on the Pat McAfee show, his footwork sucks. He never sets himself. He never steps into his throw. He just keeps, dancing around his happy feet, and then he throws the ball. He also misses a couple very easy throws to make. So, yes, I'm not the biggest Drake May fan, but what I will say is they had to get a quarterback.
Yeah.
And I would not choose J.J. McCarthy. I don't know if Elliot Wolf wanted to smoke screen it.
They asked for too much.
Yeah, they did.
To trade down. They could have had Minnesota's 2 first-round picks, and Minnesota wanted J.J. McCarthy.
Well, they didn't need to move for
so they could have. They didn't need to move, but they would have. I think they would have. They would have moved up. They would have moved up to the Patriots spot at 3 and given up those 2 first-round picks. The Patriots could have got either J.J. McCarthy or Bo Nix. Would have been there at 11. Well, and then they would have gotten the 23rd pick too. Yeah. I think they made a mistake.
Well, what's fascinating about this was, and it came out during the draft day, was actually at the combine, the Patriots and the Vikings both inquired about potentially trading for Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Not a chance was the final report on that. I
understand that.
So you couldn't get Justin Herbert, so you had to go Drake May. I had Jaden Daniels hopefully dropping, but as the days progressed, we kind of expected Jaden Daniels to go number 2 to the Commanders. Looks like the asking price the Patriots said was a little too high. But what I'm going to say
a little. I'd say it was way too high.
Four first-round picks, supposedly.
Forget it. They could have had the Vikings 2 first-round picks. They could have had another impact player at number 23. Who went at number 23? Who was the 23rd player?
The 23rd.
Just out of curiosity. Doesn't mean they would have picked
him. The Jaguars traded with the Vikings. They moved from 17 to 23. The Jaguars selected Brian Thomas, wide receiver.
Oh. Well, that's a position the Patriots could have used too.
Which they have an opportunity to. They have an opportunity to, because the number of wide receivers actually, A.D. Mitchell dropped down, which is shocking to me. Xavier Worthy, a pick of mine, moved up, which is good. Keon Coleman still going to be available. Yeah. Troy Franklin, Polk is still there. There's a number of receivers that are actually very, very nice that the Patriots could still get. Although Buffalo, this is the big one, Buffalo picks at 33. Will they trade back again? I'm not entirely sure, but there is an opportunity for the Patriots to still get one of the top prospects in this draft. But right now, as the team is currently constructed, it's not great. Wide receiver talent, still not great. I think Drake May is going to be a slightly better Mac Jones. Now, I think where Drake May is going to benefit is they will have actual head coaches, they'll have actual offensive coordinators, and, at least to help him out, actual defensive coordinators. So that's what I think. I think he'll benefit from competent coaching. The coaches who are actually, actually assigned to do their job and not special teams coordinators or or defensive coaches, they're actually filling in their proper roles. Alex Van Pelt, an actual OC. DeMarcus Covington, who was a defensive line coach for the Patriots. He's the DC. Now, Gerard Mayo, defensive head coach. We'll see how that pans out for the young quarterback, Drake May. But I still think it's not going to be great. I don't think it's going to be great. He wasn't consistent enough. Didn't shine too much. He has a great arm. Lacks consistency, just like Belichick said.
I agree with Bill Belichick. There's a lot of question marks. He hasn't had that much experience. We don't know how. He hadn't played that many games in college. You could have drafted. You could have traded down, picked up Minnesota's two first-round picks, gotten a quarterback that probably is good, right? You could have probably had J.J. McCarthy, or probably the Vikings would have taken J.J. McCarthy. You might have had Drake May. It might have been Drake May at 11. You definitely could have had Bo Nix. He went 12. So I think, and you could have had that 23rd pick, which you get another elite player. Could have gotten a really good wide receiver. Look at some of the wide receivers that went after number 23. Worthy went, Leggett went. So
Pearsall went.
Yeah. So I think the Patriots actually made a mistake.
I mean, obviously, time
This is Jonathan Kraft, right? He was playing a big role.
Elliot Wolf and
Jonathan Kraft playing a big role in the draft.
They needed quarterback. That's a given.
They did need a quarterback, but they still could have gotten one that was probably just as good and picked up another first-round pick. That's what I think.
I think if they traded down, I would have gone for Bo Nix. If they did trade down to, let's say, 11, I would have had them drafting Bo Nix because he's played in several offensive systems, has excelled basically. When he got to Oregon, he was tremendous. So I think if you're talking about a guy who's faced adversity already, had to deal with 5 different OCs and a number of head coaches, you're going to New England, learn that system. And also, what we heard about Bo Nix was, in like 16 hours, he was tremendous knowing the Broncos. I think he had 3 packets of offensive play calls. He apparently did amazing when the Broncos tested him out. So I think Bo Nix is going to be very good. He also falls to Sean Payton, who supposedly has the same sort of, hopes and expectations as he did in 2017 when he was supposedly going to draft Mahomes at 11. He has that same type of drive that he does for Mahomes as he does for Bo Nix this time. I don't know if Bo Nix is going to be Mahomes. I think I might be stretching it. But I do think Bo Nix is going to be a very, very good quarterback. I don't know in short order, but under Sean Payton, I think he will look good. I think he'll look very, very good. When it comes to Drake May, I don't know if they'll regret it. Obviously, time will tell. But as it's currently constructed, I'm not that hopeful. I mean, if I had to choose between Jacoby Brissett and Drake May, I would choose Drake May. Because I think there's actually some hope there. We've seen what Jacoby Brissett is. Drake May brings...
There'll be some excitement there because the fans want to see the supposed franchise quarterback be out there on the field. So we'll have to see. But maybe it's foreshadowing that he's wearing number 10. I don't know. We'll see.
We will have to see.
I'm surprised he picked that number, actually.
Well, it's his college number. Yeah. So, most players, when they go from college to the NFL, they want to keep their college number. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, if you want to check out the full episode, make sure you click the I in the top right-hand corner right now. If you want to listen to this show anywhere you go, make sure you go to anchor.fm/The Harvey Hour or anywhere you get your podcasts.